Alright everybody, how y'all doing today? My name is Ronald and welcome back to my channel. Now I was watching a great segment by J2 Cents where everybody started complaining about a certain gaming software called the Nouveau, and everybody pushing on these new Alder Lake CPUs, the new Intel Z690 motherboards that came out with the Alder Lake CPUs, and using Windows 11 or possible Windows 10. Now, here's the thing. With these two new opponents that came out, Windows 11 that came out in October 5th, 2021, and the Z690 motherboards along with the Alder Lake CPU that came out 11/4. Everybody got to understand that software developers are trying to figure these two new systems out. Got the OS that came out, which software developers are not ready for, and they got to get ready for within a year. And you got the new Z690 motherboards with the hybrid CPUs, which software companies trying to figure out. And by me saying that is that a lot of people rent the Nouveau, which is a third-party software to play the games on, and it was crashing or it's not recognizing the software. Okay, here's the catch with that. When the software is trying to determine what cores to be on in this hybrid CPU, should it be on the P cores that's going to give more efficiency, or should it be on the smaller cores, which is the E cores? The software is trying to read the new CPU, and the CPU trying to read the software, so it could go ahead on and give you the right game performance in using your software to the best abilities, so you could go ahead and enjoy what you want to do while you're playing your games. Now, everybody wants to blame Intel. Oh, Intel this. Oh, Intel that. Oh, Intel this. Oh, Intel that. No. Because the thing is, Intel released their new hybrid CPUs to the world now. So this is where we have to get used to using this hybrid CPU as well as Windows 11. Now, just like I said, if it's not broken, why fix it? But Microsoft is forcing us to use Windows 11. Just like with me, I don't like to be forced to use anything. I would like to let it be my decision to make, not their decision. And we went through this before. We had Windows 95, then Windows 98 came out. So whatever software that we were using in Windows 95 was not compatible with Windows 98. Same thing with Windows 98 to Windows SE, Windows 98 SE to Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, now Windows 10. Every software developer has to get ready for their software to be used on a new OS or a new hardware. So I'm not really pointing the fingers at anybody. It's just that I'm pointing the fingers at the people who rushed out to buy the new hardware to use it, and they're getting bad performance off of it. I point the fingers at the people who purchased the parts instead of taking a time to do their research. Like right now, I personally got used to the Intel 1200, LGA 1200 with the 10th gen CPUs, which I'm still a big fan of. I got used to AMD's AM4 motherboard after I was on the AM2 for so long, just for ready to go to AM3. But when I know the AM4s was out and watching a lot of tech enthusiasts, talk about the product, this is good to use, you should use this, you should use that, I was just paying attention, and this is where I got my editor rig right now on the Ryzen 5 3600. The thing with that, to all users, software developers are not ready for anything yet. We got a new OS that came out last month, and we got a new motherboard, the hybrid CPUs, which is now going to start making their way to the world next year. AMD just chillaxing. AMD also, it's been rumors that AMD said they're gonna go ahead and come up with the AM4 motherboard, and since they're already on the Zen 1, Zen 2, and Zen 3 platform, they're finna go to the Zen 4 platform, which is their hybrid CPU. So, software developers are trying to get ready to go ahead on and use these new hybrid CPUs. I already know that some of the developers, such as game developers, home designing softwares, I was did my research on our basic software we use, OBS and Streamlab OBS, which still operates off Windows 10. So they trying to get ready to go ahead on and try to get everything suitable for Windows 11. So when you download OBS or any type of software, if it's a home software, if it's a business calculating software, if you're accounting, you're using this software to do your accounting work. You're playing your video games if you're using Epic, Steam, or Lenovo, whatever software you use to play your games or whatever you do. Developers are trying to go ahead and get ready for Windows 11 and these are new hybrid CPUs coming out. Now, the thing developers should do is go ahead on and buy the new motherboard, the new LGA 1700. Go ahead on and buy your i5, your i7, or your i9 CPU, Alder Lake CPU, and then right there you can go ahead and you can do your test bench on which cores perform the best using the software. So a lot of people getting bad performance using Lenovo because Lenovo is trying to figure out, should I be on the P cores? Should I be on the E cores? See, the software is trying to work itself with the CPU, and the CPU is trying to work the software at the same time. So both of it is trying to read each other, while you got the Alder Lake CPU is trying to go ahead and read the software or figure out which cores it should be on, and the software is trying to read the CPU the same way. Which core should I be on for good performance? The only way software developers is going to figure that out: one, buy your test bench. Two, run your software. Three, do your testing to figure out which performance you're going to get using the Alder Lake hybrid CPU. If you're going to be on the E cores, or you're going to get your best performance off the P cores. And three is make your software compatible for Windows 11. A lot of people playing games in Windows 11 and getting very poor performance with their gamings. A lot of games cannot play on the Alder Lake CPU or Windows 11 because software developers was not ready for this launch to come so quick. It came so quick, so fast. That's why motherboard manufacturers are trying to go ahead and get their CPU, their motherboards, all ready for Windows 11. Now I'm on the Asus Prime A320MK motherboard with the Ryzen 5 3600. I just got a couple of passcodes for my TPM 2.0, but with this I cannot enable the secure boot with this, so I got to go back and read and finalize if I want to use Windows 11. See, this is the same thing that happened to me with Windows 7. I got so frustrated. I had a lot of plug and play hardware that was that was basically ready for only for Windows 7, I had to go ahead on and throw those away, which I didn't. What I did was I went to the Linux software, Ubuntu. I started using Zorin. I started using a lot of distro software with that because I was so frustrated with Microsoft. And this is the frustration that a lot of PC users are getting with Microsoft, is because y'all want to release a software up on us so quick, so fast, where software developers are not ready for it yet. Just like I mentioned, OBS. That's a software that allows us to go ahead on there and do video creation, etc., streaming, etc. Just like with my hardware, my Logitech camera, my Jellycone 1080p camera, etc. Are any of these plug-and-play devices compatible with Windows 11? So manufacturers got to go ahead on and get on the ball game now. They got 1 year to get everything together to compatibility for Windows 11. Windows 11 is out. This is one reason why I did my segment on should you wait to use Windows 11, or should you just download it now and just enjoy the little features they got with the glass feature, there's the widgets, and I don't care about widgets, I don't care about the features, I just worry about the performance. Is Windows 11 is going to perform for me using my plug and play devices, as well as with my motherboard and my CPU, etc. Is it going to be compatible with my video card? That's another thing. All the video drivers are for Windows 10. So to all the people who sitting out here posting comments on Reddit, y'all, and one comment come after another comment, or one person posted on this comment, y'all just adding insult to injury because y'all basically insulting yourselves. Y'all know the routine. Every 10 years, Microsoft release a new operating system. It takes 1 year for the software developers as well as manufacturers to get their parts compatible for the new OS that came out, which is Windows 11. And it's going to continue on down the line as a new OS come out, a new OS come out, a new OS come out. This is one reason why a lot of people switch to Linux, Ubuntu, and they start making sure what devices they have, is it compatible with Ubuntu. The same thing. Windows 11 is among us. Are all your devices and hardware compatible with Windows 11? Is software developers is trying to figure out how to make their games more efficient on these hybrid CPUs, and etc. So, to everybody who love to post comments on Reddit, y'all take it easy. Y'all chill. It's like I'll tell everybody, just take a chill pill and think about it. Because as long as y'all keep posting up comments and demoralizing hardware, this is one reason why I don't participate in forums like that. Because to me, it's just straight garbage. I already know what manufacturers and software developers need to do. Start getting everything ready for Windows 11, the new hybrid CPUs that are coming out on the market, and get ready within 10 more years for another OS to come out, more hardware coming out. So developers is going to be working around the clock, just trying to go ahead on and figure out how to go ahead on and make their hardware and software compatible for new OSs that's coming out now and devices. This is the thing here where I'm just waiting. Right now my OS for Windows 10, which I can still use Windows 10, you can still use it. You just gotta make sure that you got the best malware antivirus software uploaded on your system. Now, if you're still using the same motherboard, yes, you're gonna get the same updates. It's no issue with that. You're gonna get the same updates as well as whatever you need to download for that board. But the only thing with Windows 10, you're not gonna go ahead and get the security update features such as the malware, etc., that comes on with the devices. That's the thing that y'all have to figure that out. And that's the thing where you have to say, you know what? It is what it is. So we got Windows 11 on the hand now. We got the new hybrid CPUs out. Software developers are already on the clock now, trying to get everything ready for next year. Next year we got the new Intel Arc coming out. How this is CPU going to perform in your games. In Q2 or Q3, you got AMD finna relaunch their AM5 motherboards out. Ain't nothing on the talking yet, but there's rumors that they're going to go ahead and launch their new hybrid CPUs with their new motherboards, the AM5s. It's a whole lot for them to take on next year. And if y'all think that Microsoft is done creating an operating system, now I mentioned that every 10 years Microsoft updates their OS. So they told us that Windows 10 was going to be it. We got Windows 11 among us now. So we are in 2021, 10 years from now. In 2031, Windows 12 is going to hit the market, and it's going to be that deja vu circle all over again. Is this OS compatible with the software developers out there? I already know that Epic, Steam are not ready for Windows 11. This is one reason why they happy that they got until 2025. That's 5 years to get everything ready for Windows 11. That means they gotta go ahead and test out to make sure the system ain't got no bugs in it, make sure it don't crashes when you load it up, etc. Same thing with Fortnite. Everybody go Fortnite frenzy. Is Fortnite gonna perform decently on Windows 11? Is it gonna perform decently on Windows? On the new hybrid CPUs, the LGA 1700 or the Lake? How these games performing on these two cores? You got your E cores, your P cores. A lot of games are not compatible for the new Intel motherboards, and people just shooting Intel down. But just like AMD said, everybody gonna buy it anyway because they want it. See, me, it's out there. I'm gonna talk about me an example with the new product. Do I want it? No. Do I need it? No. Is my system broken? No. Is Windows 10 is a problem with Windows 10? No. Do I want, if I'm tired of Windows 10, will I use Ubuntu? Yes. And this is why I'm gonna say about 2.5 million people are on Linux software instead of using Windows, because you gotta understand one thing, and I've been through this, is that when Windows 7 came out, a lot of my hardware I had was not compatible for Windows 7. Trash. Oh, motherboard's not compatible with Windows 7. If you download Windows 7, you can download it, but say for instance, my motherboard holds 6 USBs in the back, and I can only operate 2. It's not chipset friendly. That means that it's not compatible with the chipset on the motherboard. So I gotta remove the hardware out and buy new hardware. I got tired of doing that. This is one reason why I stay on the same operating system, the same hardware. Because if you look at that you spend $300, $400 just to build a simple PC, just to work for your needs, and then they got to come up with another $1,000 just to build a better CPU just into that time era. Okay, you go put that in the closet. You got to spend $1,500 now just to. Who gets tired of spending that kind of money? I am. And this is the thing where consumers like us need to act. And this is why I love my slogan: if it's not broken, why fix it? My system fine. Only thing I upgraded was my monitors. I'm on two 32-inch televisions. Windows 10. My motherboards are fine. Everything is good. So this is the thing. I'm ending on this good note here, and I'm gonna go ahead on. It's just food for your thought. To everybody that don't have patience, y'all need to go ahead and have patience now. This is one reason why I sit down and say, wait for Windows 11 to install on your computer. That's it. Don't rush it, because manufacturer is trying to come up with better fix to install Windows 11. Software developers are trying to get everything ready for Windows 11 and understand these here hybrid CPUs. Because if I'm a software developer, and simply I got my own home design business, and now my home design business is only work on 3 operating systems: Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 10. So now I got to sit down here and develop everything for my software to work on Windows 11. Now, recently, people emailing me say, "Hey, I just bought the new Z690, and my software is having a hard time. It's struggling because." By me saying that is that my software I developed for home designers is trying to figure out what core to be on, especially if it's a 3D rendering software. So my software is trying to think with the hybrid CPU. The hybrid CPU is trying to think with the software. What do you want me to do? What cores needs to be activated? How much RAM should this produce? How much to use? If I'm on the GTX 2080 Ti, how much power do I want this card to push? Yeah, the P cores are working. The E cores are working. They trying to figure this out to run the system at its best. So yes, software developers got their hands full. And I know a lot of software developers are already buying the Z690 so they can understand these hybrids, so they can understand how they want their games or their software, which core should be activated using this and which core should be activated using the P cores and the E cores. So yes, it's a thinking system. The CPU is trying to think for the software to make the software work better. This is why a lot of playing games are crashing. You get a blue screen saying this device is not recognized, because just like Jay said, and I will be putting his video link in my description below so y'all can understand it. So the link is going to be in the description. Click on it, have an open mind, and watch it, because he couldn't say it no better. He said it's very spot on. Is that the P cores and the E cores is trying to think for the software. How much should have this game is be on the E cores and half should be on the P cores, or should all of it be on the P cores, or should all of it be on the E cores? The gaming system is trying to think for itself. So, and if you are on Windows 11, just the same thing. The P cores are trying to figure out the operating system. Windows 11 ain't ready for the P cores, nor the E cores, or the Z690. Yes, Windows 11 is not ready. You can say Windows 11 certified. It just certified just to run the operating system. But the operating system and the CPU is trying to figure each other out. Should I put more here? Should I put less here? Or should I put more on the E cores and should I put less on the P cores? Exactly. It's like a mathematical thing here. It's trying to go ahead on it and solve the equations using the software. And the only way software developers know that if they buy a test bench, build it, whether using the i5 12600K, the i5, no, the i7 12700K, as well as the i9 12900K. It's the same thing. I know they're gonna devour 3 of them because they're billionaires. They could do that. They'll take and see whatever operating system is being used, whatever processor you're using. They could go ahead and see what performance the softwares are performing at, especially if you're still using DDR4 or you're still using DDR5. It's just that simple, and you can't get wrong with that, because as long as we still sitting down here demoralizing hardware, see, the people that demoralize the hardware on Reddit and everything like that don't understand how things work. Oh, I built this system. Y'all build for show and tell. I started building for performance. Just like when I built my system, I built it on performance, on what I wanted to do. And this is the same thing what the software developers are doing, trying to figure out how their software could work for better performance with the hybrid CPUs. I want to thank y'all for watching this segment here on what's going on with people complaining about Intel new Z690 boards are garbage. Windows 11 is not a good operating system. See, I'll probably say Windows 11 is not a good operating system because it still got issues they need to trying to figure out. This is one reason why I don't believe in rushing right into things. I let things play its course. Windows 11 got catching up to do. So does manufacturers. If y'all coming up with these new hybrid CPUs, y'all need to figure out what core is effective running certain programs and certain softwares. Like Epic. Everybody go hard on Epic. So if Epic build them a test bench and they sit down and say, hey, we want to see how much performance we could put on the P core. Because just like I said, the i5 12600K is 6 cores, 6 P cores and 4 E cores, 10 cores and 20 threads. So yeah, you getting the performance, but you're also getting the power. So this is where developers as well need to start figuring out what cores are good performance for their software. Just like I could go ahead on and say, hey, I want to get in the home designer business, so I'm gonna go ahead on and build mine Intel i5 1200K with the Z690 DDR5, great platform with the I'm not gonna go heavy on the GPU because the GTX 2080 Ti is still a powerhouse in 2021 and beyond. Now for the home designer software, how is it performing on this new system I built for my home design business? That's it. And this is why the developers are now getting things ready, getting things set up for that. So you can't go wrong with it. And I want the developers to go ahead on and take your time. It's going to take about a year to all the software developers, all the manufacturers with their plug and play devices. Yes, plug and play devices needs to be updated. You cannot sit down here and say, hey, I'm gonna get the Canon and hook it up to Windows 11 and then you get crappy performance from your camera system or your webcam. Yes, everything got to be compatible. I have a lot of plug and play devices. If newcomers don't know what plug and play devices are stuff such as your PCIe cards or your USB parables, such as webcams, microphones, etc. And if they don't perform to as good as level, then I got to re-spend money all over again. Who wants to be re-spending money over again? I don't. I like saving, not wasting. And this is one reason why I'm taking my time with it. I have to 2025 to decide whether I should go to Ubuntu. And yes, I check all my software and hardware are runnable on Ubuntu. If I want to do my taxes, it can be done on the internet. AMD got an Ubuntu drivers for that. OBS is not compatible with that, but Shortcut is, and I need to look into OBS too as well, because that's the main reason why I'm still on Windows, because of my OBS. And once they figure that out, then everything will be on the popping. Alrighty, to all the good viewers out there, I want to thank y'all for watching this segment here. I had to say, stating towards what Jay was saying when he posted his video. Everybody wanted to crash Intel new product that came out, and it needs to stop. Everybody needs to stop posting crap about stuff you don't understand. Yeah, I said it. And another thing, if you don't like it, oh well. So like I always say, build a bridge and get over it. I tell a lot of people that if you don't like the strong words I have to say, then it is what it is. I want to, like I said, I want to thank y'all for watching. Give me thumbs up if you like this video segment here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.